Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Valley View Track and Field. A state champion, Ryan Wilkes, joining us right now in the pole vault. Ryan, congratulations. Tell us about this past weekend.
Yep, we had a meet. I got there on Thursday to Shippensburg, and we ended up jumping Friday on some pretty bad weather, but I pulled through somehow. It was on my last attempt, and I was a little bit nervous about it, but I ended up getting first place, so I'm pretty happy about it.
Well, tell us about some of that adversity you fight through. Bad wind at the District 2 championships. You fight through rain and wind. It doesn't matter, but hey, when you're doing what you're doing, you got to expect some of those things, and you just do your best. But you've really had a real fine career, not only in the high school level, but you've done it at other levels as well.
Yep, definitely about the weather. We had districts, which was pretty bad. We had a bunch of meets. I mean, at the beginning of the season, it was very cold. It was snowing some meets even. But finally, I was like, states, it's supposed to be 70, 0% chance of rain. I was like, the weather couldn't possibly keep following me around, but that didn't happen. So,
Ryan, talk a little bit about your growth as a pole vaulter. When you first picked it up, what you were able to do, what grade were you in, and now here you are in your senior year.
Well, definitely Coach Carney, when I first came in 7th grade to track, he learned that I was actually a gymnast, and he put me into pole vault. But I've been doing gymnastics since when I was a little kid with, like, mommy and me classes, that kind of stuff. And I did competitive for around 9 years, I believe, 8 or 9 years. So that took me around until I was 14. So definitely in gymnastics, I was putting around, like, 20 hours into the gym a week. It's pretty ridiculous when you think back to it. So it was definitely a lot for a kid. I think it definitely helped me get to me where I was.
Well, you learned.
Definitely helped me to get to where I was. Yeah, there we go.
You learned a little bit about commitment at such an early age with all those hours into the gym, and of course, it always happens when you have a great family that's able to help you and take you down. And I'm sure you headed down towards the Lehigh Valley to get some training in there for pole vault.
Yeah, definitely. My parents are definitely a big part of it. Either my mom or my dad. If my dad can make it, even the better. But they definitely both help me at pretty much every single meet. They take me to most of my practices up in Allentown, like you said. And we bought an iPad specifically for me to take videos, and then we go over everything. After every single meet, my dad likes to sit me down. We talk about every single jump that I took for that meet, and then we definitely learn a lot. He definitely learned a lot, too. Just before last year, all he would do was just take me to vertical assault, and he would just watch, but eventually he started learning things, and now he definitely likes to coach me, and he likes to coach other people. He's definitely looking forward. He's going to be kind of sad when I move off to college, and he's not going to have anyone to coach. So,
Ryan Wilkes from Valley View joining us here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Ryan, tell us about how high you've reached with the pole vault thus far, and where was it at?
All right, well, first of all, it was in indoors at the one meet in New York City. That's where I jumped 16.6 for the first time. And that was I was jumping with the top 3 people in the nation that time. So it was definitely a really fun meet. Just seeing those guys, they actually set a national record there. It was around 17:11 something. So it's just crazy watching those guys jump, and even to be able to compete with them was just a whole new experience.
We are talking with Ryan Wilkes here on the John Mendola Show. Ryan, how about your future endeavors? You've made a decision on where you're going to attend. Tell us if you know what you're going to study and where you're going to compete at next year.
I'm going to study computer engineering at the University of Rhode Island, where I also will be pole vaulting. So definitely a fun time. I went up there over the summer. I loved it there. Everyone keeps telling me, even the officials, they say they love it up there. They always go up, say how nice it is. So I definitely don't regret my decision at all to go there.
And, of course, a lot went into your decision. Who were some of the other schools that were in the mix? And what do you think that deciding factor was about Rhode Island? Was it all the positive feedback you were getting about it?
When I took my trip up there, I went to UConn, took a trip up there. I took a bunch to, like, an Ivy League school. UPenn was one of the top ones. I was talking to the coach forever and stuff like that. But I just took trips up to there, and, like, just the people I was meeting, I just didn't really connect with them. and definitely that one for UConn too. I mean, I love their facility, I love their programs and everything, but just I didn't connect too much with the people. But once I got to Rhode Island, saw how nice it was, everything just clicked pretty much.
Ryan, you spoke how highly you regard your parents and what they've done for you in your life. How about some people along the way as well, whether it's some coaches, gymnastics, track and field, a teacher or two you took a liking to? Tell us about some of those other people in your life.
I'm definitely started off. I had a bunch. I went to a bunch of different gyms for gymnastics, but there's definitely a bunch. They still actually talk to me. Sometimes we shoot emails to each other over, and for like Christmas and other things like that. So those coaches definitely, I like to keep in touch with them still. I definitely thank them for like all the gymnastics. Definitely a part of my life. Who else? Coach Carney, like I was talking about. If he didn't take me in as a pole vaulter, then where would I be still? And like I said, my parents, Coach Colin Kofke. He was my teacher for gourmet foods and stuff, so we definitely kept together a lot. He coached me for the first three or 4 years, I think, from 7th grade, so he was always there. He would take me, we would all do practices during the summer from like 10 to 12 in the morning, 3 times a week, so even that, we're still jumping in the summer and stuff like that. It's not just like indoor, outdoor, it's even in the summer too, and that definitely helps, just putting in those hours and people willing to help me.
Well, Ryan, I'm sure you'll be able to hone that craft a little bit more at Rhode Island with that engineering background, see if you could reach either further into the sky, but congratulations on a fantastic high school career, and best of luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you very much.
That is Valley View senior Ryan Wilkes. He is a state champion here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.